Now I request N.SHIVAJI Rao Garu to speak a few words about our organization.
Good afternoon. Sorry, I wouldn't be able to speak to you in Telugu because I can understand a bit of Telugu, but I can't speak. So, pardon me, I'll speak in English. I don't know why I have been called here because compared to all of you, I'm just nothing. Because the amount of effort that you're putting in at a very young organization, it's tremendous. It's just awesome. I'm amazed at the energy levels at this stage. I only pray and hope that you sustain these energy levels as you go along because you have started now. Yes, the energy levels will be very high. But as you go along, there will be a lot of tests, a lot of challenges, which we have gone through in the last, we are about 13 years old in our organization. You go through a lot of challenges. The path you have taken is not light. It's going to be tough. But the very fact that you have taken that path shows that you are on to bigger things in life. So I wish you all the best. I don't know how I fit into this, but we also run a organization known as Help the Blind Foundation, which is now 13 years old. We started in 2010 in Chennai as the headquarters. And we have got students, around 2,500 college students, whom we give scholarships. And out of 700 students, we give them skills training in around 13 centers, 14 centers. Centers like Chennai, Bangalore, Delhi, Indore, Hyderabad a bit, Nagpur, then Coimbatore and Madurai, and a lot of places. And we also try to get them into employment. That's the real challenge that we have is to get employment for the visually impaired. We are going through it. We have been successful, yes, not been successful at times, but that's the challenge. It's easy to give scholarship. It's easy to give training, but it's very tough to get an employment for a visually impaired because the society does not understand that the visually impaired can be as good, if not better, than the sighted people. It's a challenge which we are trying to overcome. How do you do that? You do give a lot of the sensitization sessions, awareness sessions, talk to the employers, talk to the corporates, go and tell them how a visually impaired can do as good as anybody else. But that's not going to be easy. I wish you all the best. What I would suggest to you is that I understand you already started your website, which is a great thing. I will also request all of you, particularly the office bearers, to get into LinkedIn. LinkedIn is a forum where you'll get into touch with all the professionals. LinkedIn is a forum where you'll get in touch with all the corporates. LinkedIn is a forum where you'll get in touch with all the NGOs, big and small. Everybody is there. That there are lessons in LinkedIn. LinkedIn gives you a lot of lessons, a lot of subjects where you can learn more about how to run an NGO, what are the problems, how do you overcome those challenges, what are the legal requirements, and who are the big corporates who are lending into NGOs, what sectors do they lend in. All this will come once you get into LinkedIn. We are in LinkedIn and I'll be very happy to help you in case you want it, but I find that you have got enough talent where if you have started your own website, I saw that launching of that song, it's terrific. I mean, I was very amazed, and the editing of that video was excellent. So with all these talents, it shouldn't be a big, it should be a cakewalk for you to get into LinkedIn and start working on it. Please post all your activities into LinkedIn, and that will give you a lot of, that your A will open up, your opportunities will open up. People will get in touch with you once they know what you are doing. And second thing I'll tell you is, I find that quite a few of you want to get into advocacy. Advocacy is very good. Advocacy is basically you talk for the rights of the visually impaired and the person with disability. It's a great thing, but it's not again easy. Advocacy, how do you do it? I mean, one thing in advocacy in India is that throw a stone. When you get fed up, start throwing stones, break stuffs and all that. But it's not advocacy. Advocacy is where you have got a point where you are sure of it. Try to talk to people. Talk to people, right people. So I'll give you one hint. As far as the visual impairment is concerned, there are some very top-notch lawyers in this country. There's one, Mr. Rahul Bajaj. He's a Supreme Court lawyer. He's visually impaired. He's a Rhodes Scholar. And there is one, Amar Jain. He's also a High Court lawyer, I think, is in Bombay. These two plus others, they have started something called a mission accessibility. This one thing that's lacking in India is accessibility in the public places, public transport, and general public, anywhere. Nobody's bothered. If you look at the budget, I'm not criticizing the budget. Today, this year's budget, the allocation for the persons with disability sector has percentage wise come down. So if this is what the government is looking at it, we'll have to work very hardly, very tough fight to make the government understand, the public people understand that this requires a lot of support. That is advocacy. How do you do that? Get into LinkedIn, write about it, talk to people, go and talk to your transport organizations. Now, we know all how bad is the transport as far as the PWD is concerned. Leave alone the visually impaired, even the person with a ortho problems like on a wheelchair can't get into a bus today, can't get into a train today. And I know how tough it is to go by air for the people with disability. So these are the areas where we can put up. Go to the the supermarkets. How easy is it for a visually impaired to go and do purchases? It's not easy at all. Now these are the areas where we are trying to teach our own students how to get into all this. How to use all those apps on your phone. There are umpteen apps on the phone. Let's try to tell them, and more important, do the advocacy part of it from a very non-violent way. I mean, unfortunately, India, today we know what's happening in Bangladesh. The whole country has come to ruins. But that's not the way. I know when the passions go up, you do. But then I think it has to be controlled. And then we have to do the advocacy in a more positive manner. That, please, I request, because with all the talent that you have, you can immensely contribute by getting into LinkedIn and writing about all your requirements. Get in touch. There are a lot of people. I can connect you to more people in all these fields. And your LV Prasad is probably one of the greatest organizations in this country. I don't know much about LV Prasad because I work with a similar organization in Bangalore known as